Welcome to Basel, where England are in the final of the Euros again. How are you feeling, Kaza?
I'm actually really excited. I'm very confident.
Yes, same.
I am very, very confident. Went to the Spain-Germany game. I thought, whoever I get, I'm quietly confident. Then watched the game. I was like, I think we can do it again.
Yeah, I don't even think, sometimes going into the semi-finals, maybe when you know you're through and people are always like, who do you want them to play? Do you want Spain to win or Germany to win? I don't even think the fans, the girls, I don't really feel like they had a preference, which I think shows the confidence of this team. Do you not think?
I think also both of those teams are very different.
Yeah.
So you kind of like, well, what are you going to get? Two different styles. But I do think the team suit playing Spain. I do think it's a bit of not a revenge game, but obviously the World Cup.
Yeah.
And we knocked them out in 22.
Yeah.
In the World Cup. So I do think now it's our time to retain it, but to beat Spain again from the World Cup. So I'm pretty excited.
And Kaz, 2009, we actually played in a Euros final together.
We did.
Against Germany. We did get beat, which we won't go into too much detail about.
We'll leave that one.
But I think the TV the other day, because I can't remember what channel it was, but somebody phoned us saying, I'm just watching the 2009 final. They must have showed a bit of a rerun on it. And they were like watching it and they're on the phone to us and they're going, yous weren't very good, were ya? And I was like,
Cheers.
yeah, but we weren't even, I don't even think we were part-time, we were at that time. I think we were still kind of paying for travel. And Germany at the time were like full-time, one of the best teams in the world. And it really was a mismatch, wasn't it?
I remember before the game, sat on the bench and someone said, if the Germans win just this game, they get 25 grand each. We were like, what? And then someone said, I'd run harder for 25 grand.
Yeah, I remember that as well, because I think we started saying, maybe we should get a bonus. And they were like, you get too much. And I was like, we're not even getting anything. But you kind of fast forward to where the game is now, and it's a complete night and day. But do you remember anything about that final? Were you super nervous because it was a final? Did you do anything different in terms of preparation?
No, I don't think so. I think when you're at that final, you've been to two now. You kind of I think how you described it earlier is I think all the emotions get in there, and then once you're there, it's not semi-relief, but then you just got to go, right, it's one more to go. Can we do it?
Yeah.
But I do think we were massively underdogs when we played in the 2009 final.
Yeah.
Whereas I think this game is very evenly poised and, World Cup champions versus European champions. So I'm looking forward to it.
And we were in Finland, if you remember. There wasn't that much going on, was there? Obviously, now we're in this beautiful country of Switzerland, which I know you fell in love with. I think I have too. One thing that stands out about Sunday for me is that kick-off will be 5 o'clock.
Yep.
6 o'clock, actually. It's 5 o'clock English time.
Yep.
And obviously, they've been playing at 9 o'clock. Did you ever have a preference on kick-off times when you were a player?
I probably wanted a little bit later, so you can have a lie-in, bit of a relax, bit of a chill. Not too late. 9 was a bit too much, but a 7 would probably be my preference.
9 is far too late.
Yeah.
Do you think 6 will suit the players better?
Yeah, I think so. They'll adapt, ain't they? I mean, what was your preference?
I think not too late. I felt like when you were waiting around all day, especially when it's a Euros final, you just want to get out there, don't you? You just want to get out there, obviously, have a good game, just play the best that you can play, and you kind of start to overthink it in the day.
What was the time at 22?
The kick-off time.
It was early, wasn't it?
Did I get that on my tattoo? No, I don't actually know. Can you remember?
I think it was still light, but it was summer. So
No, it might have been 3 o'clock or something like that.
I think it was early,
That is a really, really
Gave you
good
some more
question.
time to after party.
Yeah. Well, that as well. But you know what? I think this group of players are just so special. I really do. I know a lot of the games have gone to extra time. But you know what it's reminding us of? Can you remember when we used to play against USA and they'd just always find a way to win?
Yeah.
And you'd be following their games and it'd get to the last minute and you'd be like, how are they just scoring in the last minute? So do you think we're really seeing a team that just knows how to win games?
Yeah, I'm not be very open and transparent. At times, I don't know how we've got to where we are. It's been an emotional roller coaster, but you have to, the Lioness group, their mentality is something I've never seen before. You know, that. And look, you're in camp with them. What's it like? You're jumping in and out and doing question answers with them. What are you seeing from inside the camp?
Well, firstly, I feel like I've got the best job in the world because we'll literally do a little walk, a little chat, and then we'll film it. And I'm getting to speak to these players and obviously talking about the fans are asking them questions, but I feel like I want to just take over and ask them a million questions myself. I think I had Hannah Hampton after the Sweden game and I was like, can I just do the interview because I wanted to know so much. But one thing I must say is the younger players are just, when I'm doing interviews, they speak so well.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you? Just like, I was speaking to Aggie the other day. She's only 21 and it's her birthday on Sunday.
No way.
How cool is that? How cool is that? But I just think they're a very special group. I think when you see them in the downtime, they're very chilled. They'll have a coffee. They'll hang around together. They're playing Monopoly, stuff like that. But then as soon as they cross that white line, they just turn into this absolute team of monsters, really. Like just that monster mentality. So I do think they're a very, very special group.
Is there anyone that stood out that you've probably never spoke to before that's like you've gone, wow? Or probably you've had more kind of conversations with that you might have done before?
Well, I've had Mia and Aggie on the walk and talks, and I think it's just like they've got very mature heads on the shoulders. Like, I always joke about being on your phone and stuff like that. They're like writing journals, they're going out for coffees,
Wow.
And I just think they're like, I feel like I'm chatting to somebody more my age than their age, but I think it's that real professional mentality. And obviously we're seeing this group of players now that are getting the opportunity to be professional footballers from such a young age. But I think their attitude towards that is absolutely outstanding. Like everything I see them do, I'm like the extra pool sessions, the extra recovery sessions, they're really not leaving any stone unturned.
Well, I mean, to go to extra time and penalties and the minutes they've all had to put in and to keep fresh and keep fit and sharp, they've obviously had to really do that. So it's good that you're saying that.
Yeah, because how did you feel when international games went to extra time? Because it's really, I think it's hard for listeners and viewers to really feel what that feels like. Like, you have to go to a place that you've never been before, especially when you've played. I suppose if I reflect on the 2019 World Cup when we played Sweden in the bronze medal match, I think we'd already played 5 or 6 full games. And I remember just feeling absolutely knackered. And you just have to take yourself to a place where your body's hurting, you're mentally tired, and you just somehow find it, don't you? But it's not easy.
No, I think your word is like digging deep. I think I had that one maybe in the bronze medal game when we beat Germany in 2015.
Yeah.
Where my legs was gone, and you just go to another place that you didn't think you had. And I actually thought I saw that with Lauren Hemp the other day, actually, where Hempo's been out a lot of the season injured, and she's then had to play left back. And then I looked at her, and she just went like that, and I'm like, where has she got this from? Where has she found this within her? And like she's obviously dug deep, and then once you get past that point, it takes you to a place you've never been to before, maybe. And I just thought she was, but a lot of the group is like that, but it does happen in games. It's this, isn't it? It takes over.
And then the fact that she puts a cross in as well for the goal. Do you know what I mean? When she must have been so fatigued at that point.
Unbelievable.
So, who has been your standout player for England, if you had to pick a player?
Got my shirt.
Don't ruin my shirt. Can I just say, I know I always hammer Kaz, right? But I've actually provided the shirts for today.
I left mine at home. I have this shirt and this shirt, and I forgot it.
Yeah. So the last episode we were told to bring a guest. She didn't. This time we were told to bring a shirt. She didn't. You're going to have to up your game when we get home.
Yeah, I'll take that on board.
Okay.
I'll bring the content. Now, who's been the standout? I think I've got to go with Hannah Hampton.
Yeah.
If I'm being brutally honest, I think, I mean, every player's been phenomenal. But I don't know, Hannah is the first one that kind of comes to mind because of obviously the penalty shootout, a distribution, saves, just a whole round game. Her catching was so clean.
Yeah.
But I think she's been the goalkeeper of the tournament for me.
Yeah.
She's got one more game, so I hope that she gets that kind of golden glove at the end. So I think she's been brilliant.
I was watching the actual reaction save from the Italy game because I went as a fan. So sometimes when I'm doing the pitch side stuff, I'm sat in just watching the game and then I get asked questions and I couldn't tell you what happened, what formation anyone's playing, because I'm just totally embroiled as being a fan.
Yep.
So I watched some highlights back the other day, and Hannah's reaction, that double save against Italy, I don't think we realised how important that moment was. Obviously, you were doing the game.
Yep.
Did you cover it?
Yeah, we did. I mean, that actually, Righty turned and went, we're going to win it now.
Yeah.
Just off of that save, the shift in momentum. I mean, sometimes in games, you would have been through it where you think, oh, that save or a little bit of luck or someone's missed something and they've skied it over the bar or whatever. And you think, okay, we'll go the other end and we're going to score. And he called it. He literally went, we're going to go and we're going to win it. And it was just so good. But I know you're going to say everyone. Has anyone stood out for you that's really like Sean or?
I think the thing that I could mention anyone, I really could, but I think probably the attitude of the subs when they've come on. I think like none of them have an ego. I think they're so humble, they're so grounded, and they go on there and you can tell that they're like, for example, Alessia Russo coming off, and then you see Aggie and Michelle coming on and you think they're like, you know what, you've worked your socks off, I'm going to go on there and put in a shift now for you. And I can really feel that, and I think that's probably been the most pleasing thing for me, the togetherness that I get to witness off the pitch, definitely transferring onto it. So yeah, I think they need to be really, really proud of themselves. Another final, I was going to ask you, because I think I know the answer to this, but I was going to ask you the question. When England win this at the weekend,
I think we will.
Will it be a bigger achievement than the 2022 win?
Oof. That's a very, very good question. I think they're different, Jill. You have to acknowledge them for two different things.
Really?
Yeah, I think because like I don't want to take away anything from the group that won 22.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a slightly different team, and like yourself, I think winning that first trophy is always difficult, but then to retain it again though, I think they're very different, and I hope we look at it very differently, because I don't want it to be disrespectful, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But 3 major finals now, 5 that Serena's been in,
which is absolutely phenomenal.
It is incredible. So yeah, look, like I'm excited. I genuinely think we can do it. I genuinely like. Maybe in 22 I was a bit nervous. I've been nervous about this way, but I was a bit like. You always said you knew it. You're in camp, and when you're outside, you don't really know. But this one, I've been pretty like. I've been confident, because I've always said to you on the pod, I think we're the only team that beat ourselves.
Yeah.
Only team that can beat us is ourselves.
Yeah.
I genuinely think we're that good. I think we're so experienced. We've got the best bench. We've got the manager. Everything. I think we're set up to go and win it. So I've sometimes been frustrated when I don't think we've played as good as we have, and the players have admitted that.
Yeah.
So I think we're at this point now. One more game. I definitely think we can do it.
The reason that I think it would be a bigger achievement.
Oh, you think it would be a big?
I think it would just be because I think they've came into this tournament with a massive target on the back.
Yeah.
Whether that be from people maybe writing them off from the first game, whether it be because of the success of Euros 2022. I also think teams have got so much better now.
Yeah.
We've fast forwarded another 3 years in the women's game. I think people probably thought Italy were going to be weaker than what they were.
No,
I was
Italy are very
really
good.
impressed by Sweden. I thought they started that game off so well. So I actually think when they do this on Sunday, I think it'll be a bigger achievement because of those reasons. And I'm not taking anything away from Euros 2022, but I just think going into this tournament with that pressure of already being winners, to retain it would be absolutely massive.
I think as well, we look at the individuals as well, like people like Lauren James, Lauren Hemp, Alex Greenwood, like weren't even 100% fit coming into this tournament. And then the kids, like Michelle, how many caps, how many times has she played, and do you know what I mean? And then it will be special, regardless, but I think they're both as equal, to be honest. And I get your points, but maybe because you won it, you can say it. But I think for anyone 22 and I think this will be just as equally as good. I don't think
Yeah.
one can beat the other, in my opinion.
So I was also going to ask you, it's like I'd pre-planned this, but I was also going to ask you, now that you're doing the punditry and everything, because I feel like I actually feel tired, and I feel bad saying that because the girls have ran 120 minutes, ran the socks off, but I'm sure for the fans who have been so committed and brilliant, by the way, whether
Unbelievable.
they're in Switzerland, whether they're back home, honestly, all the videos, everything, the messages, I know the girls see them all.
Cool.
But I feel like when I get back from this tournament, I'm going to be on a bit of a come down.
I know. Like it just feels like I don't know. I know we've spoken about Glastonbury on the podcast. You know, it's just such a joyous occasion.
Yeah.
This feels like this tournament is like, you know, you're walking around, you're bumping into people. Everyone's so nice. The games are so good. The fans have been amazing. The talent, you know, the players. It's been perfect, hasn't it? It's been such a good tournament. And you're right. The come down is going to be a little bit difficult. Hopefully. Again, I'm hoping I'll be very hungover, Jill, in a really, really positive way.
That's not like you, Kaz.
I know, right? Only takes one drink though. But I genuinely hope we're going to have the biggest celebration of our lives on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. When you played, did you get a bit of like we'll call it a hangover period because you keep mentioning that, but I used to really struggle after tournaments, really struggled. Would only ever get a couple of weeks off, and I never felt like that was enough, especially like mentally, physically, when you'd been through kind of the highs and lows of a tournament. But did you struggle, or was it something that you go on holiday and then you were just back into club football?
I definitely think tournaments took me about 6 months to recover.
Yeah.
I definitely think usually, obviously, it was in the summer, and then we used to get a Christmas break. That was the only time when really I started to come through the side of it. And I think we've spoken about that in the past, me and you.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, I really struggled, and I think like it's really important that I think you see it in the men's game a lot. People will go, why so-and-so dropped off? Why so-and-so got injured? So I think it's so important that when players in general get back from a tournament, they look after themselves, they get the family time, but they don't go 100% back into it, because I think you have to manage yourself. And that's not even on minutes played. I think even if you feel like you haven't played a lot of minutes, you've been through the highs, the lows, the girls that have had to get up early the next morning.
I think it's harder for a sub.
Yeah, I
think
so.
It's harder
at times, definitely.
Because, as you said, a lot of people at home won't realise that, and this is why the subs are great, is because, so say for instance, kick-offs at 9, we have the extra time, we have the penalties. The players are not getting back till 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
The group that haven't played are back in training at 9, 10 the next day.
So
they've been on the roller coaster as well, and then they've got to put a shift in, because if they are called upon, they've got to be at the levels which we've seen them. So I actually think the subgroup for me, I think they're a special group, and that's why they've been so good for us in this tournament, because they look like great team players and they're making a huge impact when they come on.
And you can't fake that, can you?
Nah.
You can't say we're together, because if you're not and you come on the pitch in them big moments, you don't deliver, do you? But it has to be together.
But I reckon I'm not in it as much as you, and maybe you can or can't
answer.
Get
rid of me.
No, but like, even if a sub was having a bit of a difficult moment, I genuinely think the group would pick them up.
Yeah.
And I think the player would be open enough to say, I'm struggling today, and I think I get that vibe just from an outside. They could be honest, and I think everyone would help them and then get them back up again.
Yeah.
I just get that positive kind of, that vibe from everything. So.
Well, Kaz, I've got to get back to camp.
I want to ask you real quick.
Go on.
How are we going to beat Spain on Sunday?
How are we going to beat Spain on Sunday?
It's a big question. Everybody wants to know how we're going to do it, Jill.
You know what? I think for me, in the past, playing against Spain, so going back to probably 2017, when I think we won 2-0. I think we only had about 20% of the ball. And I'm not taking anything away from the England team, but I think when you play against a Spanish team, they are going to possess the ball more than you. Mm-hmm. But I think if England can feel in control for the times that they haven't got the ball, and I think we can hit them, especially on the counter. Like, I watched Belgium put 2 goals past them, and I personally think our front attacking players are very exciting. Yeah. You've got players in there that can produce a moment out of nowhere. So I do think that's how we're going to beat them. Yeah, there might be times that we've got to sit in and just be like, look, you've got the ball. But I think it's also them moments where you feel a real kind of tightness that you're not going to get broke down. So I'm going to do a score prediction.
Oh, good, Jill.
Yes, and I'm going for 90 minutes. No extra time, no penalties, and I'm going 2-1 England.
2-1. Any predictions on the scorers, or are you just going to leave it?
You know what? I will. I'm on a roll here, so I'm going to go
Oh, here we go.
Alessia Russo
Yeah.
first goal,
Yeah.
and then I think we'll have to go Michelle Adjumang
Oh,
for the second.
2 great players.
Yes.
Would be fitting as well. Happy
What
days.
are you going? Look, she was trying to get out of a prediction there.
I'm going to use it on TV. Your
Go on
prediction.
then.
I also think 2-1.
Yes. In 90 minutes?
No.
Oh, the girls don't want to hear that.
I don't know. Look, I'd take 90 minutes, but there's just an inner gut that I think we'll go through and we'll do it. It won't go to penalties, but I think we'll win it in extra time.
Yeah. Thing is, though, we don't care. In Serena, we trust.
We don't care. As long as just get it done.
Exactly.
Bit earlier would be better, though.
As long as we've got that trophy at the end of it, the incredible Lionesses.
Wow.
Yeah, it's given us goosebumps.
3 finals, 2 back-to-back European finals.
I know.
Wow.
Incredible.
Well
if you
done.
don't follow this team, you're missing out.
Massively.
So, yeah, that was, what's it called again?
Long story short.
A little bonus episode
In
for you.
Switzerland.
I've travelled to Basel again. I don't want to keep mentioning it. Taz needs to pull her weight. We'll see you next time in Manchester. Manchester.
Ow.